Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution, Part 4. That's right, this one's out pretty quickly. I did not force you guys to wait several months for the next part to come out, and I still can't apologize enough to you guys about that one. Alright, so let's just get right back into this one, shall we? Starting here at our capital of Washington. Alright, now as we close the last video, it had been when I realized that this city of Abydos, don't know if I'm getting pronunciations correct, had been built by the Egyptians right in my face in front of my city of Boston, and I was not too happy about that. The reason is because I had ambitions to expand into this mountain area because I want control of these mountains for later in the game. They'll be very valuable. This coal resource doesn't hurt things either. I wanted that too. So, the Egyptians had done that, which was annoying, and then Gandhi over here had threatened me with war if I didn't give him, I can't remember if he was asking for money or technology. But either way I refused, and he backed off. But it basically means that now as the millennia has just turned and we have entered 0 AD, no longer in the BCs, 0 AD, tensions are rising between myself, the Egyptians, and, back over here, the Indians. Alright, so let's get right back into this game. Boston is currently building the Hanging Gardens wonder, and it's about to grow in population in a turn, which is really good. Washington is pretty much just storing up production right now. And I remember I'd put this warrior here just to cut off Gandhi's archers, and that other unit that's on top of it with the little people with the walking sticks are his settlers because he wants to build another city. I did not want that to happen, so I just put this warrior here to delay him a little bit. Not going to stop him, but it's just a delaying tactic. Just my little revenge for him threatening me. He's seeking to expand into this nice territory up here in the north. Alright, so there's not really a heck of a lot to do this turn. Yeah, I'm just going to have these warriors go into a fortification, and I have one more warrior. Alright, there he is. I think I just had him marching back, so we'll just have him advance to that hill. And we'll end the turn. Exalted One, our wise men have discovered the secrets of bronze working. Our cities can now utilize fish resources for 2 extra food. Fish are obviously in the water, so that means if there's a fish square, it would not only give you 2 trade referring to science or gold, but also 2 food. So that's also very useful if you can get a hold of that, although I do not believe I have any fish. That aside, now we can also build archer units, and we can also build a barracks. Sorry. And we can also build the Colossus of Rhodes wonder. So now we need another technology. And we're going to go for... I think we're going to go for writing over here. Oh dear. Greetings from Lord Bismarck. From Bismarck of the Germans. I'm not calling him Lord, I don't respect him. Good day, Lord Wyndham X. Oh, but he respects me. It appears as if your backward civilization has not yet learned the secret of ironworking. We could reveal these secrets to you in exchange for your knowledge of currency. Okay. I have been fed this line by both the Greeks and the Indians, and I said no to them. Why do you think I'm going to say yes to you? I have no need of ironworking. So, he just advances, and as you can see, it's now 50 AD. Time has slowed down a little bit. Turns do no longer progress in 100-year marks, but now it's 50-year marks. Let's see, Boston Hanging Gardens. Alright. And, wait, actually, we're going to switch you over to the barracks. End this turn. And the new turn begins, and almost as soon as it does, it ends again. Yeah, this is somewhat of a... Oh, hello, what is this? Oh, okay. This is interesting. Apparently my ambitions of taking these mountains are no longer even slightly realistic. Because the Germans have also settled a city here. Stuttgart, I guess that's pronounced. I'm not sure, but everybody seems to have units over here. So Germany's got a warrior, Indian Legion, and an Egyptian warrior. And we got my stealth warrior up here on this hill. Alrighty. So, that's annoying. That is very annoying. I can no longer build on these mountains. So, that means that I'm going to have to switch to a different avenue of expansion. If I can't do it by land, I'm going to have to, in a little while, once I have the technology for it, start expanding through the oceans. Let's end this turn. Okay. The game wants to inform me that there's a new technology leader. Gandhi has apparently surpassed me as the most technologically advanced civilization in the world. He has 9 technologies to my 8. He's beating me by 1 measly technology. However, I still have the edge in economics. He only has 1 milestone, I've got 2. So, you may have knowledge, Gandhi, but you know what? I've got money. I've got money. Alright. You guys don't need to hear that. Exit. Alright, well these warriors are kinda isolated, and not really a heck of a lot I can do, so that hill is a nice position because it's both defensible and it gives me some expanded vision of units that are nearby it. So we're gonna fortify that. So we're fortified there. What the? No, that was just thieves. Okay, but I thought something had happened there. So we're fortified at that hill, and we're fortified at this hill. This one has finished fortification because now it has these barriers around it. And also interesting to note, Gandhi's got his archer and settlers have moved up here, and the Egyptians also have an archer with settlers coming this way. So, I wonder what's going to happen here. There's going to be some clashes as we end the turn. Exalted One. Our wise men have discovered the secrets of writing. Now we can build spy units. We can also build the Great Library of Alexandria Wonder. I see. Whoa-ho! Our civilization is the first to discover writing. As a result, we receive this bonus. Spy built in Washington. Okay. Alright, so we need some new technology. We're going to go for Code of Laws. The advisor wants it so badly, it's mainly a military technology, and we can build a trading post if we get it. And we can also acquire a new government, that's a key here, a new government type, Republic. And plus, we could harvest cattle. Alright, we're going to go for Code of Laws because we want that Republic government type. That's going to be advantageous to us hugely. In the meantime, though, we just got ourselves this spy. Who can move 2 squares at a time. She's pretty good looking too, isn't she? Well, you'll get a better picture of her once she gets to move again and that's lit up. All right. Oh, and also, I almost forgot to say, just as the last turn ended, the Egyptians made this new city of Buto, I believe that's pronounced, right next to their old city of Elephantine, which Gandhi captured from them. I don't think they learned their lesson from the last time because they just built right next to Gandhi again. However, the Egyptians are expanding nicely, and Gandhi, his settler went a little further north, apparently, as I can no longer see it. Which means it's probably either here, 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 or there. Because with this warrior on the hill, I can see any unit within 2 squares of it, so it has to be beyond that if I'm not seeing it anymore. So he's going pretty far. Alright, let's end this turn. German warrior just wandering around, and that was an Indian warrior. And, alright, here we go, right back to our spy, as I was saying. Good looking, isn't she? I wonder what she looks like underneath that mask, though. Well, let's just get her to enter Washington. I'll have to check something out in the next turn. I thought I saw something I did not like. Barracks in 2 turns. You know what, I'm just going to let that finish. I could rush it, but I don't think there's much of a point to it. Not yet. The Hanging Gardens will be completed in 3 turns. I have little reason to believe that someone's going to beat me to that, although that's always a risk with that particular wonder. Now, there's absolutely no hint of it in Athens. Don't see anything here in Berlin. I think it's pretty safe that I can let that go naturally. So let's just end the turn. The Egyptians have used the talents of W.R. Hearst to make 100 gold. So they've just automatically given themselves 100 gold. Interesting thing about that, as soon as everyone else is done making their moves. Thebes has been recognized as the world's greatest city. Seriously? Yeah, and here we go. We get a list of the top 10 cities in the world, with Thebes leading, with 20,000 citizens, a building, a wonder, and 1 great person. Great person is that flag that's got the star on it. Now, actually, what's interesting to note about that's a very rare dangerous person. There's only 2 of them in the whole game. That is a great leader. What does a great leader do? It basically beefs up all of their military units that are produced in that city. So, militarily speaking, the Egyptians have the ability to produce some pretty deadly units compared to the rest of us now. However, I'm not too worried about that. Not yet, at least. We'll find out. In any case, city number 2 is Washington. 40,000 citizens, twice as many as Thebes. 3 buildings, 3 times the number of Thebes. But no wonders, no great people. And this is usually determined by culture, is what they determine as the top 10 cities. Boston also has 40,000 citizens, 3 buildings, but it's got 1 great person. Now, being that it's the same but has an extra great person, how is it inferior to Washington? Well, that's because Washington, being my capital city, automatically produces some extra culture. Regular cities like Boston don't produce any without a building designed to do so. Alright, so the list goes down. Delhi, Athens, Berlin, all the capitals, and then we've got Elephantine, Abydos, Buto, and Stuttgart, with only 25,000, 50,000, 100,000, 300,000, 200,000, 500,000, and no 300,000 in Delhi. And if I can't remember if I said 40. I think I was saying 40,000 and 20,000 here. I apologize. So 200,000 in Thebes, 400,000 in Washington, and 400,000 in Boston. My apologies. I apparently can't count. Quit. Oh, hello. What is this? Greetings from Cleopatra of the Egyptians. Lord Wyndham X, your expansionist greed will be your downfall. However, we will leave you in peace for 10 turns in exchange for 320 of your 439 gold pieces. Small price to pay for peace. You'll have to be satisfied with construction. Your threats do not frighten us, and I have to consult my advisors. Let's see. My military advisors tells me is that the Egyptians have built a formidable army, and defeating them will require skill and perseverance. Their troops, however, are primarily dug in for defense, which means they can't launch a massive attack. And our technology, though, is superior to theirs. Alrighty, you know what? We're apparently fairly well matched, and that's saying something considering that I only have 2 military units on the board. So, your threats don't frighten me. Uh-oh. Your presence embarrasses your cultured neighbors. You must be destroyed. You know what, Egyptians? The game is right. Bring it on. I dare ya. You know what? This is a problem. This is actually something of a problem because I actually don't have any units that can defend in Boston, and I don't want to stop the production of the Hanging Gardens. I can't risk an attack by that one single warrior. And, you know, this is actually kind of annoying because just last turn, I said I was going to let this barracks complete itself naturally. Well, sadly, I have to cancel that. And we're just going to rush ourselves some archers. Now, they can't get there in time because they only move 1 square a turn. But this is why we're going to build ourselves a little bit of a road. 60 gold to get a road from Boston. To connect Boston to Washington. Build that sucker. Your engineers have completed the Via Washington, connecting the cities of Boston and Washington. Good work, boys. Alright. So we've got our archers. So now we're going to send that one in. Oh, that's what I saw that one turn ago. Hold up. I froze earlier when I saw this. Alright, the Indians have a galley mobile. Which means it's basically going to come sailing around here and to my backside. However, we're not at war with the Indians, so he can't enter my territory. Unless he decides to threaten me and actually follow through this time, unlike last time. The Egyptians and I are now officially at war, as you can see by this red flag, this sword flag, I guess you could say, that is now currently over her icon. Alright. So we're going to leave you back in Washington, and I'm not really concerned about that galley, so we're going to send you into Boston. Let's see if that Egyptian warrior is going to attack. It is indeed going to attack. It was very smart to get these units in here. However, my boys are triumphant. Way to go, archers. That's showing them. Oh, that... Okay, I was completely mistaken about where that... Actually, first we've got to heal our archer over here. Just scroll back up north for a second. I was completely wrong about the direction that that Indian settler had gone. He'd apparently gone way over here, but got cut off by the Egyptian culture and is now doubling back. So, Gandhi's taking his sweet time building a city. Alright. So the Egyptians are attacking me now, and I'm going to have to find some way to turn the tide against them. Which I think will be pretty easy in a little while, but we're not ready to go on the offensive yet. For now, we're going to end the turn and maintain our defenses. Exalted One, our wise men have discovered the secrets of Code of Laws. Our cities can now utilize cattle resources, which give 3 extra food. And those cattle are usually found on regular food squares anyway, the grasslands. So that would basically transform, if there was a cattle on it, it would transform a grassland, which usually gives 2 food, to giving 5 food. Alright, in any case, we can also now build a trading post. I see. Okay, this is a key here. Now that we have discovered Code of Laws, we can change our government. You may now rule our nation using a government type, the Republic. With the Republic, settlers can be built cheaply, only using 1 population. Do I wish to change governments? Let's see, do I want to stick with despotism? Or do I want to switch over to Republic? Well, you know what? After all I've been explaining it, we're switching over to the Republic.
Hooey.
Octum phone.
Ho. Phonum.
And now we need to research a new technology. We're going to go for mathematics. We've got to have it, and it's mainly a military technology. And with it, we can build catapults. That's right. We're going to have catapults. And that's going to be our key to taking the offense. That's going to be our key to seizing the offensive initiative against those Egyptians, if all goes well. Our glorious civilization has completed the Hanging Gardens of Babylon wonder in the city of Boston. Now our city will add 50% population. That was huge. That was very good. I'm glad I got that built. Right? So, take a look at Boston's population. It was at 7 before. However, now that we got the Hanging Gardens, it is upgraded all the way to 11. So, that is huge.
Hooey.
That's huge, however. We're going to take immediate advantage of our new increased population to get some settlers going. We're going to rush this one. And as you can see, I rushed it, and Boston's population dropped from 11 to 10. Now, it only costed 1 population to do that because I'm in the Republic government. See, there's my settler. Had I been in any other government type, that would have costed 2 population to do that. Now, actually, as for the Republic government itself, the inspiration from it is primarily drawn... Well, pardon me, hiccup. Sorry. The inspiration behind the Republic government is more or less modeled after how the Romans orchestrated... I'm sorry. It's modeled after the Roman Empire. How the Romans were able to very quickly expand and build cities just about everywhere. Because the Republic itself doesn't actually have an exact... there is no real like actual government called a Republic. There's actually... because it can mean a variety of things. Actually, you know what? Rather than listening to me, let's take the chance to browse our Civilopedia. We're going to research game concepts. Don't listen to me. Let me explain the Republic government to you this way. Alright. There's a whole mess of things here you can research, but we're interested in government. Oh, whoop, sorry. No, I don't want to go that way. Wait, or do I? Okay, yes. Communism, democracy, despotism, fundamentalism, monarchy, and republic. Alright, let's just take a look at this. Players adopt Republic will find it easier than ever to expand their empire. Any civilization that has adopted the Republic government and then builds a settler unit will find it costs only 1 city population rather than the usual 2. Only 1 civilization is currently using Republic. That's us. Now here's something. A governor of the Roman Republic... within the Civilopedia, for every in-game concept, they actually have some background information. There's actually usually some portraits, too. Check this one out. A governor of the Roman Republic listens to a case, and this is from National Geographic, and you see how it says RT Maximize? There you go. Nice close-up of that picture. No, shoot, sorry. Go back to that. Alright, now here's some nice explanation regarding it. A republic is a form of government where the people elect rulers to govern their name. Republics often form when democratic societies become too large for direct democratic action to be effective. The strength of this form of government is that the rulers are answerable to the people, who can replace them if they go too far astray. The weakness of this form of government is that leaders may pander to the lowest common denominator to get elected, resulting in rule by the most popular rather than the most competent. So you may not... You'll have a popular ruler, but he may suck at what he does. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. It keeps doing that. Alright, and we've got some more information here. Here's what I was talking about. The term republic has little specific meaning. It simply refers to a system where the citizens have some form of input into their nation's governance. Both Iran and France are republics, despite their vastly different styles of governance. Sorry. Oh, there's also, if you actually keep shifting back and forth between these, sometimes there's more than one little extra thing of information, so we'll go back to it. The Roman Republic, what I was just saying, lasted from 509 BC until its overthrow by Julius Caesar in 44 BC. That is when Julius Caesar took control of the Roman government and declared himself the dictator for life. That didn't sit too well with some people, despite his great successes for the empire. Alright, enough of that. Back to the game. So, we've got our settler going, and we're going to send him over to Washington. And you know what? This time, since I already had to rush the archers, this time we are going to rush that barracks. Oh, shoot. My controller came unplugged. Whoopsie. Alright, there we go. So now we're going to shift over to building a galley. Because we need ships if we're going to expand our civilization by the oceans. And 400 AD, let's end this turn.
Cow, whoop, heckin' twa.
This just inside our government change. The Indians have replaced their fundamentalism with despotism. Under despotism, the leader wields absolute power. Gandhi is a dictator, much like I was up until just a turn ago. And, however, with that in mind, I've reclaimed my title as the most advanced civilization in the game. And I'm still the richest. However, if you take a look, the Egyptians, thanks to that great person they used to get 100 gold immediately, have also acquired a milestone. And I've also caught up with the Indians in terms of culture, thanks to building the Hanging Gardens. So, I am in some way or form completely in the lead right now. Either tied or leading. Alright, what shall we build in Boston?
Keep him win 'em.
Let's see, yeah, you know, we'll build a barracks in there. Ooh, hello. Your deeds are known in distant lands. Princess Layla honors you with a caravan of exotic gifts, including 6 jolly pastry chefs. Let's view our trophy room, shall we? So, here are our chefs. Okay. Yes, can I eat these pies? Or are you guys just gonna keep magically making them from out of nowhere? Oh, are you throwing them at each other? Come on, I wanted to eat that. Nah, fine, it's gonna have to wait another time. Return. Alright, back to the game. There's been a lot of, I've been kind of getting off topic with a whole bunch of sideshows this particular episode. I'm sorry about that. Although I suppose it is kind of beneficial to really showing you what this game can do. Alright. 450 AD, end the turn. And the Egyptians move another unit within proximity of Boston. Greetings from Gandhi, the Indians. Emperor Wyndham X. That's right, since I have a republic now, I'm no longer Lord Wyndham X. I am the Emperor. This continent has room for only one great civilization. However, we will leave you in peace for 9 turns in exchange for 200 of your 322 gold pieces. So, am I going to fork over the dough, try and bargain with writing, or am I not threatened by you? You know what? I'm not threatened by you. However, this time, you intend to follow through with your threats. My presence impedes your plans for world domination, and you want to destroy me. Egyptians and Indians at the same time? Bring it on, you two. I'll take you all on at once. Just try it. Let's see what that legion outside Boston can do. Okay, absolutely nothing. It's moving for a more advantageous position. Germans have got a whole bunch of units going all over the place. All right, there's that galley that we had our eye on a while ago. However, now that Boston has a barracks, we can produce veteran troops. So we're just gonna rush this archer for 10 gold. Absolutely nothing.
Oh,
What's this? Okay, you just offered this to me earlier in the episode. I said no then, I'm gonna say no again. Bismarck, I appreciate the offer, but I do not need iron working. Okay. Now, enough of that. I want to show you guys something here. We have 3 archer units here. Our first archer referring to, look at his profile picture, bottom left-hand corner. The golden arrows with the blue square. That means he is a veteran. He is a veteran soldier. And we've got our regular archer and another regular archer. Now look at the bottom right. You see how it's a purple shield versus this one, which is a green circle? Purple shield means that unit is dug in and it is fortified. What does that mean? Well, when it's attacked, it gets double its natural defense, which means that archer, if you go over to the right of its information, you see the sword that's got 1 and the shield symbol it's got 2. It won't have 2 defense, it'll have 4 defense, because it's fortified. However, now that we have 3 of them, archer, Y, form, army. Combine our 3 units to form the first archer army. Now, 9 archers working together. Could attack, but we're going to stay fortified for the moment. See what they do. Alright, and he's right outside my doorway. And so we're going to make another archer in Washington to protect us a little bit more. So, we are under siege as 550 AD ends. Have the Egyptians and the Indians formed an alliance, or do they simply just have a mutual enemy in me? Exalted One. Our wise men have discovered the secrets of mathematics. Now we can build catapult units. Okay? Alrighty. We've got a whole mess of new technologies right now, and I'll go over them. You know, I'll go over them right now. Democracy. We gotta have it, and it's mainly a military technology. We could build pikeman units, and we could also build the Magna Carta wonder. It would also give us a new government. Democracy. Just like what the Greeks got right now. Then there's engineering. Again, his favorite technology. How many favorite technologies does this guy have? It's also mainly a military technology, and we can build an aqueduct. What does an aqueduct do? It's great for speeding up the population growth of your cities, and we can also use it to build the Taj Mahal wonder. Little thing about the Taj Mahal wonder, that, if you see right here how that's got the number 2 next to it there in its symbol, Taj Mahal, that's there because that particular wonder is DLC. That does not come with the game naturally. You have to download that one. Can't remember if I don't think it's free, but I remember it's pretty much dirt cheap. So it like maybe $1 if that. Yeah. Well, in any case, yeah, it's dirt cheap. So if you ever want to get this game and you need the DLC, it's not that expensive. And of course, monarchy. Can't live without it, and it can lead to culture. We could build a Himeji samurai castle, wonder. Forgive me if I mispronounced Himeji, or whatever that is. And the new government available, monarchy. Plus, we could trade with the dye resource. However, my interest lies in this one, navigation. He wants it so bad, it's mainly a military technology. We could build a galleon, and we could also build a harbor, and we could also build the East India Company wonder. Plus, we could harvest the whale resource. That's a lot of stuff, so you know what? We want that. Alright, so now that's done, where the heck is my city? Okay, here we go. Alright, they just dropped off a whole mess of units here, and I don't like that, so I'm going to get Washington an archer army as well. So, is this what we're... oh, that's my symbol too. And you know what? They're not fortified nor are they on defensive range, so we're taking the offense with this one. Attack! Victory! Alright. So, Gandhi's down a legion, and Boston is bracing for whenever the Egyptian legions decide they want to try and break it down. End the turn. Okay, interesting. The Egyptians probably have learned that they can't break down Boston's defenses, so they're camping on that hill, one for advantage of terrain, and they're effectively trying to lead siege to the city. How are they laying siege? Well, by camping on that hill, I can't use it for my city, and it would be giving me 3 production. Top middle resource there. I can't use it because they're camping on it. So, we have to do something about this. But what can we do? It's time for us to put those catapults I was talking about to use. The first catapult. Attack 6 versus the Egyptian Legion, 1.5 defense. Attack! Flawless victory. Excellent. And now we're going to put down the Indian class unit over here. Victory at a price. Despite having a 4.5 to 1 advantage, that archer lost 2/3 of its strength, so it's going to take some time before it's ready to go again. However, we're going to switch Washington over to producing a catapult of its own. Oh, and also, I didn't notice that. Now that we have cleared the Indian units from my territory, we're going to take back control of that grassland so we can bring some food into the city. Well, back to that a second. Also like to note, bottom right-hand corner, I can't use that science square because the Indians have their ship sitting right there. That annoys me. Alrighty. Just actually want to point something out. You'll notice how I've been able to get my units out real quickly. I've been rushing them, and you see 14 gold. In the last video, when the last video I made, I had changed eras into I changed eras into what is now the medieval era. Is that actually written down anywhere? No, it's not. Alright, so forget about that. But now that I'm in the medieval era, from now to the end of the game, I can rush units for half the price that anyone else would be able to. And for the Americans, that is huge, because that means that I got 350 gold. It costs 14 gold to rush that at its current production level. I can bang out units pretty darn quickly. And add the fact that I'm getting 7 gold a turn right now, I can bang out units pretty quickly and pretty cheaply. I can get an army up. I can mobilize an army pretty quickly if I need to. Alright, that was a mouthful. So go back to Washington. Let's rush that catapult. And get it over to Boston. End the turn. Now, just FYI, I keep getting pulled up here to see these units moving just because I've got my 2 warriors, which are still barricaded up there. Give me a sec to go to them. Here we go. There's 1. And there's 2. So since these guys are barricaded up here, the game is going to let me know of all the troop movements that they see from their position. And again, they can see up to 2 squares in distance. So anyone who comes near them, the game's going to drag me away from my cities to show me what they're doing. All right. Catapult rush for 1 gold. Let's do it. So now we got 3 catapults. Form the army. The first catapult army. First catapult army has an attack of 18. 18 to the Egyptians' puny little 1.5 defense. This isn't going to even be a challenge. As a matter of fact, it's going to be an overrun. That was quick. They just ran for their lives as fast as their little legs could carry them. So, now that they're gone, first we're just going to heal this archer army. Now that they're gone, we're going to put the Egyptians to the test. We're advancing our troops. We're going to take position on the Erie River, on the Erie River Square, and we're going to bombard the city of Abydos. I wonder what its defenses are like. We'll find out. However, I'm not a fool either. I'm not going to leave Boston undefended, especially with the Indians sitting right there. And the turn.
Woo pickin' twa. Now.
Discover literacy by the Greeks renders the Stonehenge wonder obsolete. Alright, you guys are probably wondering what the heck that came from. Interesting. Oh, hold on a second. I'll get to that. I'll get to that in a moment. Oh, hello. Cleopatra is sending me another threatening message. You see, Wyndham X, I had no use for that legion anyway. So she's trying to downplay the fact that I kicked her army's rear end, huh? Surely your extravagant wealth will be of little use against our mighty armies. Mighty indeed. However, we will leave you in peace for 8 turns in exchange for the secretive code of laws. What does my advisor have to say about this? The Egyptians are no match for our mighty armies. Let us crush their feeble warriors. The troops are dug in for defense, and our technology is superior to theirs. So basically, we have them trumped in absolutely every single possible way. And you're threatening me, Cleopatra? Your pitiful threats do not frighten me. As a matter of fact, this Egyptian legion you have sitting here, bye-bye, overrun. Kind of jogging in place there as they get catapulted. And this catapult has achieved 3 victories. This unit has upgraded to elite status and can acquire a special ability. What are we getting? Perfect. Perfect. Infiltration gives our unit plus 50% city attack. And of course there's March, so it could move 2 squares a turn. But you know what? Infiltration, that's going to beef up our catapult's attack power when it's attacking a city, and that's exactly what we want to do. So now they are the Ninja Catapult Army. And they are advancing right into Egyptian territory. And we're going to take position behind the Erie River, using it to protect ourselves from her land attacks. However, it's a spot that, since the catapult is a siege weapon, this river will not impede it. Now, what am I talking about? And I'll see around the square here how there's a river around it. Water. Rivers are useful for defense, but horrible for attacking. When you attack across a river, your unit typically loses half of its attack power. However, catapults are a siege weapon. They are completely unaffected by it. They are meant for long-range attacks. So, this means that I can sit here and attack at full strength, and the Egyptians, unless they've got catapults of their own, which I doubt, have to sit there and take it because there's nothing they can do to counterattack. Not with my archer sitting there. And the 3rd archer is back in Boston, ready to protect it. And we're just going to heal it this one finally. Actually, you know what? We're going to get ourselves another settler going. As we... Actually, no, just in case we need this later, we're going to move our spy up here too. We're going to end this turn in 750 AD. Time marches on very quickly now, doesn't it? Okay, that's something of a problem. But this is good news. Boston has replaced Thebes as the world's greatest city. Culture flourishes in Boston. Boston is now the best city, followed by Thebes, and Washington is third. The culture of our people has allowed the great person, Pythagoras, I am certain I botched that name, to appear in the city of Washington. If we develop 17 additional great people wonders are converted cities, we will be ready to build the United Nations wonder and win a cultural victory. Alright. Settlers built in Boston. Good. Preparing for our eventual sea expansion, which I'm actually going to add. I'm at 800 AD. I'm actually going to start expanding my empire fairly late in the game. Believe it or not. Usually you want to get doing that at least no later than 200 AD. You usually want to have about a third city up if you want to be able to compete. However, this is kind of a teaching game, so to make things interesting, it's not too bad that I'm holding back. Now, to the battle. The siege of Abydos commences now. Who knows who's got in there? Let's find out. Can we beat their 15 defense? Going well so far. We win. But not enough to take the city. So, the siege of Abydos commences now. And at 800 AD, we are going to end this game. Right as we're about to take the fight to the Egyptians. We're ending the game. Alright, so, thank you for watching, guys. This was actually the longest video so far, which is why I gotta cut it short. So, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. And stay tuned for the next episode, Part 5 of Let's Play Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution. Until then, take care, everybody.